So basically, it deals with the procedures for communication between two adjacent nodes. Two adjacent nodes means I'll be having, two nodes here. Say one node is at this point and another node is at this point. They are called adjacent nodes, right? So and we are not bothered whether this is a dedicated that is one-to-one connection or broadcast connection or whatsoever it is. So we are not bothered about that, but we want to establish connection between these sending source and receiving source. So basically this DLC service involves formation of a frame and enforce something called as flow control and error control. So three responsibilities are always there with any data link control protocol. So in this, the frame, I mean to say the datagram which is coming from network layer to the data link layer, it will be converted into a frame. So how it will be converted into frame? So whatever datagram is coming from upper layer, that is network layer, to data link layer, it will be attached. This datagram it attached with a header and it will be attached with a trailer. So basically, a header part contains the MAC address. MAC address means source. What I mean to say, hardware address, that is network interface card. Because why MAC address is needed, because DLC is responsible for hop-to-hop communication, not end-to-end communication. Network layer is responsible for end-to-end communication. Transport layer is responsible for end-to-end communication, whereas DLC is responsible for hop-to-hop. What I meant to say, communication. So here, this sender will have to know the MAC address of the intermediate router, which is nearest to the sender, So to form the frame, it will be adding the MAC address of itself, then MAC address of the router, and header part will be containing that. And what I meant to say, the trailer part generally contains CRC, cyclic redundancy check, to enforce error control. So this is what we have been, in this particular topic, we'll be discussing, how to arrange the bits and that are carried by the physical layer. So this frame is pushed down. Once the frame is formed at data link, layer, it will be pushed down in the form of a frame. You got the idea to what I meant to say, physical layer. Physical layer will see that entire frame as zeros and ones, and then it will convert that zeros and ones into appropriate voltages. And then physical layer will send these bits for onward transmission. So this is what is there. Now let us write. It is data link layer basically need to pack. Whatever datagram basically consists of a lot of bits, so it will be packing into frame. And one frame should be distinguished from other, what I meant to say, frame. Both the frames should not be the same. So this is what is there. It is, they have given one example of postal letter. So envelope is what happens. I have three letters meant for three different persons, but it has to go to same office. It has to go to same office. So I'll put those three letters into a single envelope and send it to the same office. But from that office, so here each letter is again closed within, is closed. I mean to say, it is again put it into some cover form. So at the receiving end, it will be, the outer envelope is opened and three letters are recovered, and it is all the three letters are supplied to the people whom it is meant. So kind of thing. This is how we will, what I mean to say, enforce this thing. Now, what should be the size of the frame? That's the main question. So frames can be of fixed size, or it can be variable size. There are certain protocols like ATM WAN protocol, which calls for what I meant to say, fixed size, what I meant to say, frames, which is called cells. Each cell will comprise of 53 bytes. Of course, here it is not mentioned, but for your purpose, you just remember that, it will be each cell from ATM1 will be comprising of 53 bytes. So that is fixed size of what I meant to say, this thing frame. But most of Ethernet connectivity and all, we will have something called as variable size frame, where the size of the frame will always vary. So no two frames can have the same size. That's the simple thing. Now we have a mechanism called as character oriented framing, right? Or byte oriented framing, because each character is comprising of 8 bits, and 8 bits together is called a byte, right? So it is a character oriented framing or byte oriented framing. So data, data to be carried, it is always recognized as 8-bit 8-bit. One character comprises of 8-bit, so such as ASCII coding and all. So the header part, as I told you just now, that whenever a datagram comes from network layer and it is pushed to data link layer, frame has to be formed. So frame has to be formed means, suppose I have this scenario, what I mean to say, this is say network layer, say this is the network layer. So I am having network layer here. I am having network layer here, and below the network layer, I'll always have a data link layer. Below the network layer, I have data link layer. So this is the data link layer. You got the idea? Data link layer. So this is called DLL. I'll in short form, I'll call it as DLL. So data link layer. So this network layer will always push something called as datagram. So this particular part is called datagram, right? This particular part is called datagram. So this is nothing but datagram. Okay. So this is nothing but datagram. So datagram. So this datagram will be always, packed into a frame. So this datagram will always be packed into a frame. So when it comes here to DLL from network layer, this datagram will be as it is, nothing changes inside. So this datagram is taken as it is. And above this, a frame will be formed. So how the frame is formed? So this frame will have two parts. This frame will have two parts. So this is nothing but a header part. You got the idea? And this is nothing but a trailer part. A trailer part. So this header part basically carries. So I have this header part. You got the idea? So what this header part comprises of? So it contains source MAC address, destination MAC address, and some other control information, that is there. That is what is the size of what I meant to say, MAC address, what is the size of the device and all like that. Whether it is a request type or whether it is acknowledgement type, kind of thing. All that control information. And the trailer part basically is used for detecting the error if while transmission, this particular DLL will now push this frame. Once this frame is formed by attaching header and trailer to the datagram coming from network layer, you got the idea, it is pushed to physical layer. This physical layer will do what? It will read all the zeros and ones that are present in the frame, convert them into, so here I'll have my physical layer somewhere here, right? So this will be nothing but PL stands for physical layer. So this physical layer will take this entire frame as it is. Whatever zeros and ones are there, it will convert into appropriate voltages, signals, electromagnetic signals, and send it across. Now you might be knowing that when electromagnetic signal travels through the wired medium, it always has chances of getting corrupted in the sense, suppose this copper wire passes through a field, heavy magnetic field, such as 11 kV lines overhead electrical lines where heavy electromagnetic field is created, and this copper wire is passing below that particular high tension wires. So here some of the bits may get changed, and when what I meant to say, the router receives this frame which is in error, it has to check a mechanism. It has to have a mechanism to check whether the frame that has arrived is in error. If it is in error, it has to discard. So this is how the entire things go. So now so here generally, to separate one frame from other frame, you got the idea. There should be a distinction between one frame and other frame. A flag is 8-bit flag is added. So flag is nothing but it's a kind of a combination of 8 bits comprising of zeros and specific pattern of zeros and ones, specific patterns of zeros and ones, which will be at the beginning and end of the frame. So this flag will be added at the beginning and end of the frame to indicate that the frame has started here at the beginning, and at the end receiving station will come to know, yes, this is the flag, indicates that it is the end of the frame. And the flag will always be having very specific types of bit patterns. So flag is composed of protocol dependent special characters. Special characters means specific bit patterns, right? That will be always there at the beginning and end of the frame. So we will see very shortly how exactly it works. Now we have some concept called as byte spacing, stuffing, byte stuffing. So byte stuffing is added to the data section when the frame comprises of characters. You got the idea? Frame comprises of characters or frame comprises of bit pattern, which is very much, you got the idea, same as flag pattern. Assuming that, I have said here in my diagram simply that this is, the frame. So this particular part is a frame. So to indicate the beginning of the frame, I'll have flag part. So this is a flag. I'll call this as a flag. You got the idea? Flag. I'll call this as flag. And again, to end the to indicate the end of this particular frame. So this entire middle part is a frame. This entire middle part is a frame. You got the idea? This entire middle part, I'll call it as a frame. So this will be a frame, and this will be a flag, and this is again a flag. Don't read it as FTAG. It is FLAG, because my flag this went very awkwardly outside. So I can now correct it. So it will be flag, right? And suppose the 8-bit patterns are something like this. Say I'm having 0 followed by 5 ones. You got the idea? So 5 ones and followed by 0 0. 2 zeros are there. So suppose this is the bit pattern which is being used as a flag. So here also 0. You got the idea? 5 ones. So 3, 4. You got the idea? 5 ones and followed by 0 0. So this is the bit pattern, a very specific pattern of the bits, indicating that this is the beginning of the frame and this is the end of the frame whenever flag sees it. Now my contention is, if this data part of this particular frame part is also containing a particular pattern like this, data also is having this kind of pattern. So 0, 1, 1, 1 and followed by 2 zeros. You got the idea? I may have several, other bits also there. You got the idea? Several other bits also there. But this data part is now comprising of 0 followed by 5 ones and then 0 0. Now, whenever what I meant to say, at the receiving end, when it starts reading this particular frame, this is the beginning of the frame. This is the beginning of the frame because the receiver knows that flag is always represented as 0 followed by 5 ones followed by 2 zeros. And the data part, now it starts reading. And till it encounters flag. But the flag, what I meant to say, very similar to bit patterns like flag, data is also containing the same thing, 0 followed by 5 ones and followed by 2 zeros. Now the receiver will think that this is the end of the, so it will take only whatever is between this portion and this portion, this flag and this it takes it as a flag. You got the idea? This it takes it as a flag and ends, stops reading here, stop reading. That is very, dangerous. So in this case, whenever data contains, bit pattern very same as that of flag, so it goes for additional byte stuffing, any additional byte stuffing. Now this extra byte is called escape character. Generally, this extra byte is called escape character. So escape character will be placed, you got the idea, escape character will be placed just before the, data bits which are very similar like, which are very similar like flag bit pattern. So now here we have this particular scenario. So the data is in variable this thing. So I have a, frame, the whole frame. So this was the part, data part. This was the data part which was received from network layer. And when network layer was, I meant to say, pushed this to data link layer. So data link layer, what it did was it attached the header part and it attached a trailer part. Trailer part is meant for controlling the error. That means to check whether the data during the transmission has some error in it. So for that we will add cyclic redundancy check, which we have studied. And then header part, it will contain the source MAC address, that is this sending station's MAC address, and the receiving station, intermediate receiving station, that is router's MAC address here, and some other control information will be placed. So this is the entire frame. But to distinguish one frame from other frame, you got the idea. So the receiver should not get confused. You got the idea. So how the frame is, ending and beginning. So in data link control, there will be a flag which is placed before the header part, and a flag bit pattern which is placed after the trailer part. So whenever what I meant to say, receiver receives this flag bit pattern, it knows that 0 followed by 5 ones followed by 2 zeros is a flag. So it knows that my, this thing is beginning from here. So it starts reading from header part. It will get rid of this flag, and it starts reading from this class. Now I have a scenario that this particular data, if you see this particular data, if you see, it is containing, a flag bit pattern. Means whatever bit pattern are there, 0 followed by 5 ones followed by 2 zeros, it is there in the data part also. Now, as I have told in the previous example, if flag is there, it will start reading here and it will end here, the receiver, assuming that I have to consider only the part as data, which is between one flag to another flag. Now, again, there is a scenario, what happens if some escape characters are also there in the escape bit pattern are also there, what is to be done in that scenario? So here what they have done is, flag is as it is to indicate that this particular flag type of bits, I mean to say, this is 0 followed by 5 ones followed by 2 zeros is a part of data. They'll put escape character, they'll put escape character, extra escape character. And the data is also having bit pattern which is very similar to escape pattern. So assuming that my escape pattern is all what I would say 8 bits are 1, all 8 bits are 1. So in that case, to separate this escape pattern, which is all ones, which is, again to distinguish this, that this is part of what I would say data, right? This is part of data. is part of data. I'll stuff one escape character here to indicate that this escape character is part of data, and I'll stuff escape character here indicating that this flag is part of the data. So whenever receiver starts reading, it will see the flag first. Then it reads the header. You got the idea? Then it starts reading the this part. Now it sees the escape pattern. That means it understands that this escape characters have been escape bits have been put over here to show that either the flag bits are there or the escape bits are there, which are very similar to this. So here escape character is put. So this flag will be now taken by the receiver as part of the data. It will not stop here. I mean to say, it will not assume that frame has ended here. It continues reading the data. Again, it has come across escape character. So this escape character, whenever it is encountered, the receiver will think that either a flag, bits are there, or flag bits are there as a part of data, or escape bits are there which are part of data. So escape character followed by escape. So here it takes this as part of data, and then it reads till it encounters a flag. Now, whenever the frame is received, so this was the frame which was sent by the sender. So to indicate that this flag was part of what I mean to say, the data part of the frame, it has put an escape character. And to also show that this escape character sequence, bit sequence, is a part of data, part of the data. So it has put escape character here. Now receiver will receive this entire thing. What it will do is, it will remove the flag, it will remove the header, and the data part, what it will do is, this is taken as it is. Then this escape character, it will remove. Unstuffing it is called, and then this flag is taken because it is part of data, is taken as it is. Then these two are taken as it is. Then this escape character is again removed. And then what I mean to say, this escape character is taken as it is, followed by this particular data. So the entire data has been recovered, and this trailer is removed. Just it will be checked whether this entire data part is in error. Match with the CRC, cyclic redundancy check. If CRC that is calculated over the data is same as the CRC which was sent by the sender, what I meant to say, the receiver will come to know that data is not in error, and hence it will accept, it will push this data part to network layer. This flag is stripped off. So this is the whole mechanism of what I meant to say, byte stuffing. You got the idea. And then unstuffing of these bytes, extra escape bytes are unstuffed at the receiving end to recover the original data part. So this is how the whole thing